We've all heard it before. The rare occasion where you're minding your own business, participating in any sort of activity, and suddenly you pause because you hear the sound of somebody calling out your name. You'll stop and listen. Look around to see if anybody was actually trying to get your attention. Then chalk it up as your imagination, before forgetting all about the situation ever happening. For most, instances like this are seen as a simple trick of the mind and not to be taken seriously. I wish that were true and that I didn't have to tell you something different. They call it the unseen, an unnatural force that seems to operate outside of our understanding of reality. Its legend is scattered across the globe, with stories documented before man had even developed proper written language. Not much is known about its existence, except for the fact that there is no real way to fight against it. It takes people, any people that it wants, whenever it wants to. From what I can understand, it consumes the very existence of its victims. The potential energy that your life carries provides the unseen some sort of nourishment. Even worse, once you're taken, any and all memories of you will fade into nothingness. I guess it becomes incredibly easy to hide in plain sight when nobody is able to remember, and thus look for the people that you take. When you're taken by the unseen, it seems that your physical form is claimed before your soul. Wiping a body from reality seems to be a lot easier than taking one's spiritual essence as a whole. If it's any consolation, the unseen only seems to lay stake in your life force, so feeding on you takes time. During its process, your tether to this world and reality is slowly consumed, until you are eliminated from existence. That information does nothing for those that are already taken, but those who are still living can take solace in the idea that they are safe as long as others are actively being consumed. All I can hope for is that those who are grabbed don't hurt during the process. I don't know why my memories were spared. Maybe the creature had overextended itself in some way, or was for some reason in a weakened state. When it took her from me, I should have forgotten. God, I wish I would have just forgotten. In an instant, her body was gone, but I could still hear her screaming, pleading with me to bring her back. She spent her final moments in fear, and I won't ever forget that. I spent months, years, attempting any route possible to find the creature. But as time passed, I realized that there was no way of bringing back anything that was already gone. Everybody else forgot my wife ever existed, even our child. But for some fucked reason, I wasn't granted the same courtesy. In recent weeks, it seems the unseen has become near insatiable. It takes bodies by the pile, day by day, but is seemingly becoming sloppy as it moves with what I could only describe as an unmatched ferocity. In most cases, I believe that it's still consuming the whole of people's reality. However, in some cases, there are now little hints giving light to the existence of those that once were. Random photos of people with families that have never met them. Videos of group vacations that people never took with people they don't know. These are slip-ups, and from what little information I can find, this isn't the first time this has happened. However, what I can say is that this entity is more capable than I initially was willing to admit. It seems that every time the unseen makes these mistakes throughout history, it always backpedals to fix loose ends. No notes ever recorded about this thing are ever finished, and those who guarantee to return to their research never honor their words. I have no doubt that the unseen is coming for me. I'm nothing more than a mistake, a misstep that must now be corrected. Make no prayer for me, though. My life was taken from me long ago, and no reality is now better for me than the one you and I currently reside in. I guess I just wanted to provide as many people as I could with as much information as possible before my time comes to a close. I can't say that it'll help you much, but if the unseen has made mistakes in the past, then maybe there's a way to exploit and conquer that weakness. Just know that this information may very well paint a target on your back. That's the sacrifice I chose to make in attempting to guarantee the knowledge of the unseen doesn't disappear. I hope the best for you and your families. Should you have the luck of even remembering them, do what you can, if you can. But don't bother watching your back. You wouldn't see it coming anyway.